Here is my science book, and I want to show you what we've been doing. First, we have our what makes good science. First, having fun. Second, being careful.
So what is that? Weathering, erosion.
This is my composition notebook. We tape things in and we write in it. But since I'm in 8th grade, we do like phase change and like freezing water and all that. We're learning like the phases of matter.
What happens if a glacier gets on top?
It'll melt. It will break it down.
It'll break down the volcano, won't it?
About 3 years ago, we were invited to attend the National Science Resources Center Strategic Planning Institute in Washington with iSTEM, and we sent a team there and we learned about their plan, and we realized that at that point in time it wasn't an option, that this was something that we had to do. We have put together, with the support of Eli Lilly and Company and BioCrossroads, we put together a group of people to help work on this initiative.
I like to do stuff with my hands in science.
Indiana Science Initiative is a new program allowing schools to adopt a curriculum based on prepared kits and using notebooking to combine literacy with the science.
So this summer we trained teachers in using the science modules that we're piloting this year in earth science and physical science, and really just teaching teachers how to incorporate good literacy skills in their science classroom.
When we froze the water, we kept track of the temperature and the temperature of the ice and the temperature of the water.
We currently have 160 schools with over 1,000 teachers representing over 50,000 students participating in the pilot. We've been overwhelmed with the fact that we have so many teachers involved and it's going as smoothly as it is.
I texted my boss, I took pictures, and we're sending them to people who obviously lead our district and said, if you don't get over to see this, you're crazy, because this is working. And if we can do it here at Greenbrier, in more of our challenging school in our district, surely it will help all children.
Inquiry 2, how does water shape the earth? Inquiry 3, page 9, what happens to rock over time?
And the notebooks are just phenomenal. I see more student thinking. They have their new ideas that I've never heard before.
Then we answered questions at the bottom, and that helped me understand like how molecules work.
In science, we do reading and writing for literacy and science. We do mathematics and science, and we give children a context for learning those content areas.
We want Indiana to be a place where science and science literacy is a priority.
As soon as Mrs. Brooks finished that training, I could see that she was really serious about implementing this program.
I felt confident that I could stray away from, the textbooks and dive into science content. We're constantly fact-finding.
I literally would see things that I haven't seen in 7 years as a principal at Greenbrier, and that was science. Science in the morning, science in the middle of the day, science in the afternoon.
The volcano is fun because when you have your lava, you don't have to have it red. You can have it purple, orange, yellow, or blue. And then it's fun when you squeeze in and it kind of gets on your face.
Standards are broken down into earth, life, physical, and the science technology standards. So the kits are broken down in the same way.
I found one.
Oh. How would you clean them off if you were a paleontologist?
I have a student that I've worked with since she was 4 years old. She has many learning challenges, and I find that the initiative has helped her because now she can sit down and write a paragraph that includes a main idea and details to support the main idea.
We have students with the third graders who are bilingual. We call them ELL students, and they are able to do everything in my class simply because language is not an issue.
What surprised me the most is how much ownership the kids have in their own learning. You're going to put your straw in through the pipe and then blow in. They're talking as a group and they are sharing their ideas.
The kids made posters about how science connected with talking or writing or reading, and I was really impressed with the ideas that they came up.
We did this carrot diffusion lab this year, and we put a carrot and we weighed it, then we put it in water and salt water and see what would happen.
It takes about 10 to 12 weeks to work through a module, which seems like a lot, but if you're covering all of your standards for a strand in that 10-week period, then you're done. It's all there and it's all finished. You see the holes? Anytime you put equipment in a child's hands and allow them to become the scientists, which we believe everyone is, their education grows so much more. Very good job.
We have 4 hydrogen, 1 carbon, 5 oxygen, sodium, and calcium.
If we had to go back to a textbook, then the students would be really disappointed. I would struggle as a teacher trying to figure out how to make learning engaging for the kids.
This is the FOSS Air and Weather Kit. That is one of the 2nd grade modules that will be piloted with the ISI Science Initiative. They all have a teacher's manual, what kind of things you need to prep, any kind of things that you need that they think will be hard for a teacher to find will be in your box.
The most exciting part of science this year is the labs and how much we actually get to do things and not sit there and read a book the whole time.
We're not necessarily training all of these students to be scientists of the future, but we really want to train these children to be critical thinkers.
We have challenges that most schools don't have, and the science component is our weakest component. We've had the lowest scores in the state for several years. This programming will allow us to fill in all those gaps. After a few years, this will take over, and not only will our science scores increase, our reading and math will obviously increase with it.
It's not just we need better science scores, it's we have better learners now in Indiana.
Change is not easy, and this has been a major change for teachers, and they're not pushing back at all with the pilot. So I do believe it's been very successful just by the fact that the teachers, not one of them has written to me saying, why did you do this to us?
With high poverty, we have discipline. We have frustration, we have boredom in the classroom. This takes that completely away and provides students, no matter who they are, an interest in what's happening in their classroom, which is worth $1 million to me, because learning, a decline in discipline, a safe school, what else can a guy ask for as a principal?
There is no going back to the other one. For me, anyway, I mean, even if I would have to write grants or, go out of my way to get the materials in their hands, it's just so meaningful for them. And every day I know that they have enjoyed themselves and that they have had an engaging learning experience.
We're currently moving into a textbook adoption year. Our standards had not been revised for 10 years. Our state board has approved and adopted those standards. Now is the time for schools to select appropriate materials that are aligned to our new standards. And we really feel for the science initiative, this is the time. If we don't take this opportunity now, schools will select materials and use these materials for the next 6 years, and we won't have an opportunity to get the right materials in their hands.
If we don't do that, then how can I say that I'm comfortable sleeping at night when I know that we're throwing something aside that's great for kids?
That's my dream for the whole state, is that we touch every child in every classroom.